Hi everyone, this is Jackie from Bronx Baubles, also known as Titi Gaudy. Today I'm going to be bringing you a special episode. And it's an episode that is so near and dear to my heart because it is an episode on vintage costume jewelry and how it inspires us and tells the story of our lives and of history. Costume jewelry is a good way to express who you are, what you like to be. It tells the story of your life, where you were at the moment you purchased or made or just bought whatever it is that you're wearing. It's a way that can share inspiring stories about your life and all that it has encompassed. And so without further ado, I want to get started in showing you some of these really special pieces in my collection. Throughout these videos that I've made, I tell stories about vintage costume jewelry, how it inspired me, and the reason why I might have picked out certain pieces. The reason why I think it's important because it's, there's hidden stories behind jewelry that perhaps we don't share with our children or the people who love us. And so I think that costume jewelry can really be an expressive way of telling the story of your life, giving you inspiration, giving you some history. And I just think it's a wonderful way to do that is by collecting jewelry that expresses that. And that's what I've done with this collection because there's so much that I like to share with you. This first piece I want to share with you is the story of my daughter's first couple of years of her life. I started collecting charm bracelets when I became pregnant with my daughter. There was something that came in the mail. It was the Gerber Charm of the Month program. And you would send in a couple of dollars. I think it was around $10 each charm. And when you send out the first one, they'll give you a picture of the Gerber baby. And then each month after that, for the first year of the baby's life, you get another charm. They'll send you a coupon, you fill it out, you put in your check, and you send it snail mail. And so I started this bracelet with the Gerber of the Month. And then along the way, I'd find charms that reminded me of special moments of my daughter's life. And so this charm bracelet, and there's 36 charms in here, just tells her story. And it's one of the things that if, God forbid, you're in a burning home, what would you grab? I'd probably grab this. My daughter loves this, and she doesn't like jewelry, unfortunately for me, but she does love this. And you have charms here like the Tooth Fairy charm, diapers, pram, and this one is Rose because that's her middle name, and it has a palm tree for the trees in Puerto Rico. There's so many special pieces on this charm bracelet. I have so many that I love, but one of the ones that I love probably the most on this charm bracelet is this little guy right here. This guy has articulating head, articulating arms, articulating feet, and I purchased him on a weekend girls trip in Rhinebeck, New York, and he reminded me of my daughter's special little bunny named Bucky. Bucky is so special to my daughter because she didn't know how to say bunny. So his name is Bucky, and she's actually has him till this day, and she sleeps with him every single night of her life. And so he's special. And then this special little charm right here, which is the birthday charm. This was the last charm that the Gerber mail-in program gave you, and it says happy birthday with one candle. So that's a special charm bracelet. Charm bracelets are so a wonderful way to share history about your life. And I have so many charm bracelets in my collection, and I'm a fanatic about it. Staying in the lines of the charm bracelet, I created this charm bracelet. Can some of you recognize what this is? This is the old New York City subway tokens, and there's 6 subway tokens. And I was born and raised in New York City, and I loved taking the subway because it got me to Manhattan. And in Manhattan was just a life full of things that I can only imagine. And we'll do all the monuments, like the Statue of Liberty, the Staten Island Ferry, and I most loved going into the museums. And so for me, it was a way for me to escape my only means of transportation. And this token here was the token that I remember the most. I think this was in the 80s, and it's called the bullet token. And then there's this token here, which is the Pentagon token, and this token represents the 5 boroughs. But this token here, which is one of my favorites, is a tiny token that started it all. It started from 1953 all the way to 2003 when they issued the last tokens and they converted into the Metro card. And now they're phasing out the Metro cards. It's becoming obsolete, and they're going into a ticketing where you use your cell phone. So these are like relics of the past. I had this custom made for me. I bought these tokens relatively inexpensively at a yard sale. And then I had them custom put these little loops so that I can put them on this charm bracelet that I ended up purchasing. I just love this. It just, to me, it's quintessential New York City. Another idea that you can use when you travel about is collecting coins. And this bracelet is a coin bracelet. I actually bought this at the thrift store last week. And I collect charm bracelets, so this was perfect for me. But this also is a very good example of what you can do during your travels. You could go through your travels and the coins for the countries that you traveled, get them custom made into a bracelet so that it represents where you traveled. This is another good way that you can create history and memories and inspiration using coins from the countries that you've traveled in. There is a locket that's so special to me. This locket means everything to me. I guess this would be the second thing that I would take with me in case there was a fire. This locket was given to me by my father before he passed on. He said he was a simple man, didn't have much, but he did have this locket. And inside this locket is a fabulous picture of my dad. And whenever I am going through some really, really hard times and I just need that extra strength, I put this locket on a chain and I wear it close to my heart because this has a lot of sentimental value to me. So really nice piece to have. Here is another similar to a locket, but this one is a maximal art necklace. And what I love the most about this necklace is look at the little hand. Look how cute that is. So, it's a vintage piece made in the Victorian style, and it's a really, really nice memento to wear. And this is something that I'm sure my daughter would keep, and maybe even her child would keep. Victorian times, the hand motif was used very commonly, and in this case, it's to hold on to what's near and dear to you. And in this case, it's my daughter. Speaking of my daughter, I have this really, really special piece that I want to show you. Not all sentimental jewelry and inspirational jewelry comes out of a store. Sometimes it's made with people's hands. And in this case, this is an amazing piece that was made by my daughter, Sophie. She was about, I want to say 7 or 8 years old. She knew that I was a fanatic about costume jewelry. And so in her little mind, she thought that she could make me a piece that I would love, and she wasn't wrong. I just love this piece, and I'll carry it and cherish it for the rest of my life. And jewelry doesn't have to be expensive diamonds and sapphires and 14 karat gold. Jewelry could be made with these little plastic pieces, just like this, with you know, found objects that your children make, and that means more to me than any other piece of jewelry that I have. What I love about this piece is when she gave it to me, she says, "Mommy, I got you a special surprise." And I was like, what could be more of a surprise than my daughter making costume jewelry for me? And she showed me what the surprise was. This little piece, she put these two little pieces together. She goes, "Open it, Mommy." And when you open it, surprise, there's a little red hot pink bead. And she goes, Mommy, that's your heart. So whenever you open it, you can see your heart. And I just thought it was so special for her to even think about a mechanical way of adding a little special touch. And so this piece of jewelry is so special to me. She said that she loved bananas. She always wanted to eat bananas. But when she saw these miniature bananas, she went bananas. And she said that she put on her favorite things. And she just loved the bright colors and the fact that they look like candy. And she even put this little heart in between is a tiny little flower. So she was very thoughtful in how she put this together. And the part that I just think is just so special is the fact that she even made a special matching bracelet. Is that adorable or what? She even made me a semi-paru. So when you look at costume jewelry, that inspires you. It could be something as simple as a child making you a necklace and bracelet set because she just knows how much jewelry meant to me. And so this is a really special piece for me. Now here's a box that might elicit a smile out of you if you received it. Everybody knows what's in this blue box. It's a piece of jewelry from none other than Tiffany's. Tiffany is so iconic with their jewelry. Anyone who sees this box right away knows that this is a Tiffany piece. And so when I was pregnant with my daughter, there was this thing that was called a push present. A push present is the present that's given to you by your husband or your boyfriend, the baby's father. That's a gift for you pushing out that baby. So I don't know if it's still popular today, but it was back then. And so this is a push present that was given to me by Sophie's dad. And it's this iconic Tiffany heart bracelet. You can see me wearing this bracelet as I'm rolled right out of the hospital in the wheelchair to bring Sophie home for the first time. So it was given to me while I was still in the hospital, right after I pushed that baby out. And so this is something that has a lot of sentimental value, not necessarily because of the person who gave it to me, since he's now my ex-husband, but more in the idea that it was a gift given to me for pushing my baby out, and it's perhaps one of the happiest days of my life. Something that I'm going to hold on to because I'm going to give it to my daughter when she pushes out my grandbaby. I want to share with you this interesting blouse that I bought at the thrift store. I love this blouse. It's covered with mother of pearls. It has this gorgeous like floral motif to it. It has these rhinestones that have this milky glass rhinestones to them, and then there's these plastic beads that kind of look like they were made from bone. This is an All Saints blouse, and I got it at the thrift store, and I just think it's fabulous. And I'm wearing this mother of pearl vintage necklace, and it's carved. This mother of pearl is all carved with these earrings that I bought last week. These are mother of pearl earrings, and so I'm always looking out for things that complete a set. I want to show you this amazing necklace. This necklace, isn't that fabulous? This necklace is called a chalcedony necklace, and I actually bought this a couple of years ago. I want to say 4 or 5 years ago. I bought this in Southampton. Yeah, the hoity-toity Southamptons. But I bought it at a 75% off sale at the end of the season when the store unfortunately was going to close. This was a really, really expensive piece that was purchased at a really, really expensive place, but I ended up getting this at a really good price. Chalcedony is a natural stone. So these are all natural. These are not glass. And then there have these tiny little seed-type pearls. And then they have these Baroque pearls. And inside is the shell. And inside the shell is another seed pearl. And chalcedony, this is called seafoam green or sea green, or better known as aqua chalcedony. It's a really, really important stone because this stone is used for holistic purposes. And to have a piece this large is really fabulous. Chalcedony stone is a stone that's used for serenity and tranquility. It helps you sleep at night. It helps clear the air. It really has these health benefits that are so important for your mental health, because for people who have senility or Alzheimer's or dementia, this stone, it's supposed to help relieve some of those symptoms. It's supposed to clear out the negative thoughts in your brain, and it's supposed to open up your throat chakra so that you can breathe and take in air. It was used in ancient times. They've used this stone. First of all, to me, it's just incredibly beautiful. This stone is just, it reminds me of the sea. And so I can see how this stone can help with tranquility, because whenever I'm looking for peace in my life, whenever I'm agitated and anxious and nervous, the first thing I want to do is head out to the beach just to get that serenity. And that's what this Chalcedony stone is supposed to do. It's just a really, really nice find. And here's the thing, because I'm always looking for peace, and I'm always looking for ways to bring tranquility in my life. And I suffer from nightmares because I think too much at night. And so Chalcedony stones is supposed to help clear those nightmares. The color is supposed to symbolize the sky and the sea. It's just, to me, a fabulous, fabulous piece. I'm lucky to have a necklace that is this large, contains this many stones, that can help me, especially through what we're going through now after the COVID, and how so many people have anxiety today. And so I'm gonna wear this tonight, and I'm going to keep it on as long as I can, because it is a really heavy necklace, and it's like almost glass-like. And I'm hoping that it brings me the peace that I am looking for. So look out for this stone. As I said, it's called Chalcedony. It's a seafoam green color, or aqua. So I think it's more commonly called aqua Chalcedony. Just stunning, stunning piece. Necklace before, and I've shown it when I was doing the cat jewelry. And this is this green agate necklace. I just love this piece, and this is a piece that I acquired in 2020, and I acquired it because it reminded me of my cat Lila's eyes. My cat Lila is a rescue cat, and I brought cat Lila home from the shelter the day after I dropped my daughter off at college, and I was going through immediate empty nest syndrome, and I felt like if I had a cat, I can, nurture her, and some of the mothering that I used to do for my daughter, I can do for this cat. And I thought I was rescuing her because she was an adult cat, and I went there looking for a kitten, but I was drawn to Lila. I just felt like I needed to bring her home with me, and the shelter said to me that she can only go into a home that didn't have small children or other animals, other small pets, little cats or dogs, because she was very, very skittish, for the fact that she had been at the shelter for over a year. So I just couldn't leave her. I had to bring her home. And probably a good 5 days, she hid under the bed. And so after the 5th day, she slowly poured her way out from under the bed and came towards me as I stood still. And she brushed her head against my leg, and I knew we were going to be all right. And I've loved her ever since. And I used to say that I rescued her from a shelter, but that's not the case. She actually rescued me. If her fur captured so many of my tears, she's just, to me, everything. And so when I saw this beautiful agate stone necklace that looked like her eyes, I had to get it. And I will forever, ever remember Lila when I wear this piece. And so, jewelry could also inspire you in regards to not only your family, your friends, but also your pets who are like family. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I enjoyed telling you the stories, and make some stories of your own because life is too precious, and share these stories with the people who matter to you so they know. If you like to hear more stories about vintage costume jewelry and how it inspires and the stories behind them, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'm going to do more and more videos regarding vintage costume jewelry and how it inspires us and tells the story and history of our lives. And so come and join me for future episodes, and thank you for being a part of this journey of mine. I am having the time of my life. So come on in and join me and give me a comment. I love seeing the comments. I read them all the time. Take care, everyone. See you next time. Adios.